We're catching up with Josh here from Grey Box to talk about the first project you launched, Grey Goo. It's been a success for you guys, really kicking off strong on Steam and sort of bringing back that sort of old school RTS mechanics. Can you tell us a little bit about what the game is and sort of how this journey started?
Sure. It started a few years ago when we really looked at what RTS had changed into over the past decade or even 15 years, and we thought there was a certain elements had gotten abandoned in the RTS, and the other players out there, obviously StarCraft, they're doing a great job of keeping that RTS flame alive, but we refused to kind of believe that the genre was dead. So we embarked on bringing back an RTS, had classic elements, and we also wanted to bring something new. We saw a lot of kids playing MOBA, and we're like, hey, these guys are perfect for RTS. Let's bring in some of those guys. So the Goo was our kind of the faction that we wanted to innovate on. So our three factions in the game are two of them are very solid homages to classic RTS designs, and then the Goo is our offer to be something new and different.
Can you tell us a little bit about that Goo? What does it bring that's different?
Well, I think I mean it's I think from a game design point of view, it's not entirely different than things you know. People compare it to the Zerg and things like that. There's an aggressive level to it, but I think the Goo was something that we wanted to achieve with technology today that you couldn't have done 15 years ago or 10 years ago, and that allows you to really be responsive with the choices you make. So you can take this blob of Goo and portion out of it, send it to your enemy's base, and then wait to commit to what you change it to on the fly. And then also being able to traverse terrain differently as well. Just by the nature of the mechanics of it allows us to play with different mobility that you couldn't do with it in an old game.
So it's been launched. What sort of plans do you have for the future with the game, and how do you see it sort of evolving?
Well, part of what we set out to do when we said we want to do RTS is return to that kind of LAN party atmosphere. So we're supporting offline play. So once you get it from Steam, you can unplug the cord, have a LAN party at your house. You don't have to log in. We really wanted it to kind of return to that spirit of playing with your friends. So we have a solid multiplayer aspect. We haven't yet put a whole lot into esports. That's something that a lot of people are interested in. So we are looking into that. We're trying to work on getting dedicated servers online so we can have higher integrity competitive environments so people aren't cheating when they're playing. Also going to try to get replay systems online so people can look at how the people are playing and improve how they improve their tactics. And then of course on the single player side, we have a very indulgent campaign in this game. We want to continue to fulfill on that, and it's a rich world, and we put a lot of care into building it. So.
All right. So you're speaking that esport element and that sort of thing. What kind of things have you been seeing from the community so far as terms of competitive play and multiplayer? Have you sort of seen the seeds of that beginning already?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's definitely a lot of concerns about balance, and the game is on a spreadsheet. It's very balanced, but as people play it, these things start to emerge, and it's one thing. And again, if you're in a college dorm playing, you have debates about balance, but when you're playing online in a multiplayer environment, you want to make sure that that's really tightened up. So we're really looking at that in a very careful way, making sure that it is tight for a competitive arena. There's a lot of interest in getting bigger maps in play, getting more variety of maps, things that again we're great to get feedback on, and we want to look at those things and factor those into the development plan.
So a couple of years back, Petroglyph had a lot of difficulties for them. They lost a project on the End of Nations and stuff like that, and a lot of turbulence, but it seems like they've come out on top with this game and been able to deliver. What can you say about the team and sort of the process that they've been through delivering this game?
Yeah, sure. I mean, Petroglyph, they're descendants from the original Westwood guys who worked on the Command & Conquer games, and even as far back as Dune 2. So the kind of core RTS, the kind of that we're building here, is very true to their DNA. I think the other projects they're working on were stretching RTS to places that are very risky. And not that our game doesn't take chances on the tech side, but it's still very pure RTS. That if you teleported somebody from 1995, they would still be able to play this game, and it's a very pure version of RTS we consider. So playing to those strengths, Petroglyph really delivered. They not only have Westwood core, they brought in guys from other RTS backgrounds, and we really wanted to make an RTS that both reinvigorated those people who loved RTS in the 90s, and then also to kind of teach the younger crowd, hey, look, RTS is a genre that you may not even know what it is. We have continuous 14-year-olds asking us if this is a MOBA, so we would really want to get our kids. I have kids, and I want them to play RTS, so let's get them in the game.
So I'm not terribly familiar with Grey Box. Can you tell us a little bit about how this publisher came to be and sort of what you're setting out to do? You have a huge presence here at PAX East, and you got both Grey Goo and Dreadnought coming. What kind of publisher is Grey Box?
I think first and foremost, we're a publisher that likes RTS and blowing up big spaceships. So that was kind of how we started. We really started off with Grey Goo, wanting to make an RTS, and then halfway into that journey, Dreadnought was presented to us, and it's kind of like it's hard to say no to that. And so we're very much we want to take on projects that we can love. Everybody in our company loves these games, and we want to do good by our developers and make sure that the games we turn out are loved by our fans.
I guess having two development teams like Petroglyph and Jaeger, really veterans and with a lot of great games under their belts, it's gotta help out when you're setting up a new publisher.
Oh sure, yeah, and they've been helping us because we're new to this as well, but we come with a great spirit and desire to make these games, and so they've been really great partners, and there's been a lot of very close collaboration with both teams to get us here, to get us to this display, get people playing these games, and it's so satisfying on all of our parties to see people leaving our booth with smiles on their face, and that's why we're here. So.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you very much. Nice to meet you. Yeah.
Once, we were explorers. We have evolved.